You know, I don't think a Nintendo Direct has ever sold me on a game more than the one in 2014 covering Tomodachi Life. I've always been a fan of the Miis, but particularly at the time this came out, so having such a quirky looking sort of life sim starring them was an insanely exciting prospect. And even though it doesn't take too long to see everything it has to offer, I do find myself going back to enjoy its insanity and charm every now and then, making it surprisingly one of my most played games. So I was very happy to see a sequel announced, but does it provide the same fun or is it a disappointment?
Welcome to my review of Tomodachi Life Living the Dream.
In these games, you oversee an island populated with all kinds of Miis of your choosing. Yourself, friends, family, fictional characters, celebrities, the most recent Best Original Screenplay winners, because why the hell not, whoever. You feed them, dress them, give them things, get them to befriend one another, and all sorts of fun, quirky antics ensue. Now, where the previous game felt like such a natural fit for a handheld system, making great use of the dual screens and stylus controls, I was wary of how well this style would translate to a home console. I have similar thoughts regarding the new Professor Layton. But for the most part, Nintendo did a great job adapting these mechanics for the Switch. For something best experienced in a couple short bursts a day, the life sim and leveling up elements are very addictive. The gradual, steady pace at which more things are introduced and unlocked meant I wound up sinking a lot of time into this very quickly. Naturally though, that came with the downside of repetition in scenarios happening a lot sooner. But even then, I've had certain news reports and especially dreams repeat before I've seen a lot of them. There's less mini games to play with the Miis, and while the friend making is more in your control this time, the evolution of bonding has generally been the exact same for me, and I've yet to see one of those big fights happen. Without features like the music hall and more time-specific activities outside of this market stall, this game does become noticeably samey quicker compared to my experience with its predecessor. But what really helped keep me addicted through the repetition is really lovely, lively, idyllic atmosphere. Simply having the Miis wandering around the full environment makes observing them just hanging out a lot more fun. Lots of entertainment can be had without needing to interact with the game world. There is still something inherently funny about seeing Miis of whoever you've made at the center of these often bonkers interactions with those nasally voices. Most things James Sunderland does here tickles me considering the game he's from. Stay tuned for my next video, by the way. And my sister went from marrying her celebrity crush Orlando Bloom on the 3DS to a very awkward love triangle between her, Professor Layton, and Alan Partridge here, which ended with a marriage to Alan Partridge. What a delightfully insane sentence. And that's the charm of this series in a nutshell. Then there's the new feature of getting Miis to talk about whatever you want in the conversations and the lack of profanity censors. Innocent old me didn't realize that was a thing until I saw others doing it, but my god, just taking advantage of it once has led to insane comedic mileage.
How good are you at fucking?
I don't want to brag or anything, but I don't think you'll find anyone better at fucking than me on all of Barkwood Island.
The customization of the world in general has been greatly expanded. Much publicized, of course, was... But also, you can freely design the island's layout along with things like clothing, food, interiors, exteriors, treasures, basically anything your Mii can interact with. I didn't use the creation stuff too much, mainly because I'm not overly comfortable using the Switch's touchscreen, but it is a neat, non-intrusive feature to have, and I got into the island builder element a lot more than I expected to. While it can be a bit annoying being required to reshuffle or carve out a plot of land to make space for new buildings, neatening everything up to make it all look nice is a very satisfying, oddly mindful activity. And I only take legit issue with it in regards to adding new houses when adding new islanders, which has overall become more of an ordeal than it should be. Where Miis haven't really been prominent during the Switch era, there's no QR code implementation, ability to transfer a friend's Mii into the game, etc. You have to make them all. Well, you can get friends' data from local play. Who uses local play still? Don't get me wrong, Miis are fun to make, but having the option to pull from those sources or even a photo made it a lot easier to populate the island fast, increasing the possibilities for fun things to happen. But after a while, I wound up losing interest in adding more. So living the dream does have its flaws and annoyances, but my overall experience has largely been an incredibly positive and fun one. It's much too soon to properly compare it to what came before, especially as this somehow has both more and less to it, but this definitely has a more tangible, alive feeling world whilst maintaining the anarchic sense of humor that makes this series so memorable to me. I have no doubt I'll continue checking into my island to see what's what for a very long time to come.
On Barkwood Island.
Don't know why they sound more Irish this go around though.